Babawalk 42. The brothers bow. I keep walking through Genesis, and chapter 42 brings the road back home. The famine is spread through the land, and Jacob hears there is grain in Egypt. The fields cannot answer, so the family that once sent Joseph away is now being pulled toward the very man they thought was gone forever. Jacob looks at his sons and asks why they keep staring at one another. He has heard Egypt as food, so he sends 10 of Joseph's brothers down to buy grain, but Benjamin stays behind. Jacob is afraid harm might come to him too. The brothers travel with others seeking food because famine covers Canaan. Joseph is governor over the land, the man who sells grains. And everyone who comes, his brothers enter his presence, and they bow with their faces to the ground. The dream returns. Years earlier, Joseph saw sheaves bending before his own. His brothers mocked him for it. Now the dream stands in front of them, wearing Egyptian authority. Joseph recognizes them immediately. They do not recognize him. Joseph speaks harshly and asks where they came from. They answer, from the land of Canaan to buy food. Joseph remembers the dreams, but he tests them. He accuses them of being spies, men who came to find the weakness of Egypt. They deny it. They say they are honest men. 12 brothers from one father. One brother is at home with their father, and one is no more. Joseph presses them again. If they are telling the truth, they must prove it. One brother will remain, while the others return home and bring their youngest brother back. Then Joseph puts them all in custody for 3 days inside a prison. I wonder what those walls sounded like to the men who once ignored Joseph's cries. He does not reveal himself. He lets the test continue. The dream did not die in the pit. The promise did not disappear in prison. Years can pass, names can change, faces can age, but what God has spoken does not lose its way. They bow before the brother they betrayed, and they did not even know the dream had already come true. On the third day, Joseph gives them another path. He tells them that he fears God. If they are honest, only one brother must stay confined. The rest can carry grain home to feed their starving households, but they must return with Benjamin so their words can be proven true. Then the brothers begin talking among themselves. They say this trouble has come because of what they did to Joseph. They remember seeing his distress. They remember him begging them. They remember refusing to listen. Reuben answers, didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy? Now he says his blood is being required of them. They do not know Joseph understands every word he has been speaking through an interpreter. Joseph turns away and weeps. Then Joseph returns, takes Simeon from among them, and has him bound before their eyes. Joseph commands his servants to fill their sacks with grain. He secretly orders that each man's silver be returned to his sack. He gives them provisions and they leave Egypt at a stopping place. One brother opens his sack to feed his donkey. There is his money right at the top. They ask, what is this that God has done to us? They arrive back in Canaan and tell Jacob everything they describe. The Egyptian ruler, the accusation is fine, the questions about their family, and the demand that Benjamin must come. Then they empty their sacks. Every man's money is there. Jacob sees it and fear takes over the room. Joseph is lost. Simeon is gone. Now they want Benjamin too. Jacob says all these things are against him, but I keep walking because Genesis keeps showing how limited human sight can be. Jacob sees loss he cannot see. Joseph alive. He cannot see that the ruler holding Simeon is his own son. He cannot see the family is moving toward restoration. Reuben tries to convince his father. He promises to bring Benjamin back. He even offers the lives of his own sons if he fails. But Jacob refuses. Benjamin will not go. Jacob believes Joseph is dead. He cannot bear the thought of losing Rachel's other son. He says if harm comes to Benjamin, the sorrow would bring his gray hair down to the grave. So the chapter closes with tension. Simeon remains in Egypt. Benjamin remains in Canaan. Joseph remains hidden. The famine remains, and the grain they carried home will not last forever. I'll leave Genesis 42, watching God's plan move through hunger, memory, fear, and unfinished business.
Joseph's brothers finally speak
about the guilt they buried for years. admit the truth. He weeps, but he does not reveal himself yet. The work inside this family is not finished. The brothers bowed. The dream came true. But reconciliation will require more than a bow.